Monday to you. Happy Monday and happy Valentine's Day. Here we are with our usual Monday check-in. We're looking at what are we going to focus on letting go of this week. And I like to reflect on the whole thing about letting go. Letting go is actually an act of sacred self-care and self-love. Of course, it's Valentine's Day, so it's all about looking at love, being beloved, being the love that you deserve. So just land here with me for a moment. Come into this space and time. This is actually a really lovely day to just be checking in with, are you being loving? Are you being kind? Are you accepting all aspects of you? We'll get to the part of what we're going to be focusing on letting go of this week in a moment. But if you've watched these with me before, you know that I like to just sort of riff on what's happening planetary-wise and moon phase-wise in particular. The reason being that oftentimes by just reflecting on what's happening with the moon, we actually can really go really deep with our own relationship with us. Because this spiritual game we all play, it's about really telling the truth about you, accessing the truth of you. And this is a really beautiful week ahead because on the 16th, that's in 2 days' time, we welcome a full moon. Full moons are such a beautiful energy because it's like the ending of a cycle. It's the fulfillment of what we've been working for on, and it's like harvesting whatever intentions you've been working on. But there's also other pieces at play here. So this is the full moon. It's actually called the snow moon, which is funny because it's a snowstorm here while I'm talking to you. So it's the snow moon and it's in the sign of Leo, which is perfect because Leo is all about accessing your inner truth, accessing, some people might say, your inner child, but also very much focusing upon sacred self-care and really aligning with your most auspicious intentions, purpose, and perhaps even looking at, as like I just said, as we reap the benefits of what we've been working on, which is what we kind of do at full moon. Thank you, Ruth Ann. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. As we reflect upon where are we going, how are we aligning with our goals, our intentions, our innermost, deepest yearnings and calling, do you create time to just come into your heart, feel the wisdom? And this is what the power of doing these letting go exercises and reflections is, that it's almost like just digging deeper and deeper and deeper to really get to what is right for you. And sometimes what's right for you is to just be with where you are, be loving and accepting and kind. Can you imagine what the world would be like if we all really went into just checking with our heart's wisdom before we spoke out a word, before we engaged in intention setting, before we did anything? Can you do that? This is a beautiful subject to kind of go into what we're going to be working on letting go of as we go, embrace this Leo full moon. Maybe it's time to uplift our self-care. Maybe it's time to change the rhythm of how you do things. But what we're going to be letting go of is assumptions or expectations. How do they show up for you? Do you get caught by a chattering mind that just says, oh, there's no point in talking to that person because I already know what they're going to say. There's no point in doing such and such because. It's such a sneaky thing, that assumptions, is it a story that you're telling yourself? Are you willing to speak and to share what's right for you? And then, of course, the other side of that is expectations. Do you have an agenda? Do you have an idea of this is how something has to work out? And that was also a limitation too. So where do assumptions or expectations kind of trip you up? And let me know if you need any help or support in not only getting clear on what they are, but how to let them go. When I talk about letting go, sometimes that's just as simple as recognizing and saying, yep, I do that and I'm choosing not to. Other times it might need a little bit more of a process, like journaling it out, speaking it out, asking for some help. So don't struggle with these things. I am a big believer in all of the answers are already within you. It's just sometimes we need somebody to help be a sounding board or to reflect something. So try it yourself, and then if you feel like you're in a spiral or you just looping around something, then ask for help. Ask me or ask your own coach or your spiritual advisor or somebody to help you get a plan of action to navigate whatever it is that's going on. So now let me read out this assumptions or expectations, just to help you go a little bit deeper into this idea of letting go of assumptions or expectations. So when we make an assumption about someone, we form pictures of who they are in our mind that don't actually bear any relation to their true selves. Sometimes it's because we want to see the best in people, but oftentimes it's a backhanded way of seeing the best in us. What we hope people are fits into the context of our own dreams and ideas. When they don't live up to our expectation of or for them and for us, we feel let down, disappointed, and possibly even hurt and rejected too. As if the existence of our expectation and them not being met is related to whether we deserved it. Not all of our assumptions or expectations are realistic. That's how come it's so important to just pause and see, is this a narrative that doesn't suit the situation or who I am in this moment? Is this past patterning? This is the kind of things that it's important to just question, to see, is it the truth of what's happening right now or what's right for you? So not all of our assumptions or expectations are realistic. It's realistic and necessary to have expectations, but it's critical for them to have a basis. An expectation is a strong belief that something is going to happen or be the case in the future. Oftentimes, we tend to believe that the way we treat others will be the way we are treated in return. Truth be told, this doesn't always happen. Do not expect a certain result for any given situation. Go into an experience with an open mind. This will allow you to fully immerse yourself without the pressure of living up to preconceived ideas. And that's the big piece in here with the assumptions or expectations. Is preconceived ideas based on something other than what's potentially happening right in the now moment, right? When assessing a situation or making an assumption or feeling a sense of expectancy, ask yourself, do I know this to be true? And am I being true to my core essence? So take a deep breath in. I hope you can feel with me the power and how wonderfully the sequence of the cards that we're working through are aligning with the energies that we're sitting in. Because that piece about the really tapping into, are you being true to your core essence? That's exactly what we're being nurtured and gently guided into working with in this snow moon, which is coming in 2 days' time. We start to feel the effects of particularly full moons and new moons 2 days before and 2 days after. So there's almost like a 5-day window that you can really use this powerful energy. So like I said, this is the Leo full moon, snow moon. I hope you enjoy the energy as much as I'm feeling into this too. So we're letting go expectations and assumptions, and I'm just going to shuffle the tarot cards. I like to pull us 1 tarot card and then 3 of Doreen Virtue's Healing with the Angels cards. They just really support these letting go cards as well. So just thinking into releasing assumptions and expectations. Oh, this is perfect. We've got the Empress. I love that the Empress came up too, because this is such a loving, nurturing, powerful energy. So I could really feel some sort of Leo energy there, that sacred self-care, but it's that nurturing, creative, othering, accessing the truth of you. Beautiful, loving card. So that's another piece around Valentine's Day, right? And this is, how can you be gentle with yourself also? Be sure that you don't get caught into shame or blame or upset if you do find, oh gosh, maybe you have been running based on the agenda of an expectation or an assumption. If that's what's going on, it's okay. The best way to let it go is come into loving acceptance about it, because we all do it. Doesn't mean that you're bad or that you should do something different. You just accept what is and make a different choice. We always have the power of choice, right? So, as I was just kind of riffing on that idea, I pulled our 3 cards here. Oh, these are beautiful cards. I always love how this is. The first one is friendship. Friendship. So, you know, when we make assumptions about people and it's like based upon how we are rather than what they are, we are not really being kind and friendly to them or to us. So by releasing this propensity to make stories up or follow the stories in our minds, we can actually show up as our own best friend and also be worthy of friendship, giving friendship and receiving friendship. Answered prayer. That really feels such a beautiful alignment with that whole piece around, are you using the terminology and the guidance of your own core? And if you need to, ask for help, ask for the universe to support you. The answers you're looking for are there. Sometimes we just need to allow them to land, and that really feels like a piece around the answered prayer. And then finally, freedom. Love that. Think about how free we can be when we release propensity to get too caught off guard by the inner chatter and just allow yourself to surrender to the flow of the auspicious life that you are in. And also freedom is rooted in love, which is all about this week too. So thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you need any support or more resources on this idea of letting go, please let me know. You can do that in the comments below or message me directly. I wish you a beautiful day and reminding you, you are beloved. Much love. Have a great week ahead.